The burndown chart looked perfect. Day after day, the line stepped down. Then 2 days before the sprint ended, it flatlined. On the final day, half the work rolled over, unfinished. Agile teams miss dates all the time, and it's usually because their tracking charts are lying to them and nobody knows how to read the lies. I'm a scheduler. I read charts for a living. Today, I'm going to show you Agile scheduling the way a professional scheduler sees it, from product vision to the daily board. We'll look at Scrum versus Kanban and the 4 burndown patterns that reveal the truth. Welcome back to Catalyst Grid. I'm Kingsley Aimufua, and this is Scheduling Best Practice, Episode 4. Let's recap the journey so far. 1. Schedules are models. 2. Your approach must fit your life cycle. 3. Tool, model, instance, and presentation. Today, we go deep into the adaptive world. Agile is not the absence of scheduling. That's the myth. Agile is a different scheduling discipline with its own failure patterns. Let's start with the structure. Good Agile scheduling is a pyramid with 3 levels. At the top, the product vision. What are we building and why does it matter? Direction over dates. In the middle, release planning. This is where vision meets the calendar. A release group's work into meaningful value for users. It answers, roughly when do we get what? At the base, iteration planning or sprint planning. The team takes items from the backlog and commits to a slice of work for one fixed time box, usually 2 or 4 weeks. That time box is fixed. If the work doesn't fit, the scope flexes. That commitment is your Agile baseline, the yardstick for the sprint's performance. The pyramid connects strategy to the daily board. Vision gives releases meaning. Releases give sprints direction. Sprints give releases evidence. Now, the boards. 2 boards dominate Agile tracking. The Scrum board tracks one sprint's work. It loads at the start and should be empty at the end. It's a commitment instrument. The Kanban board is different. It's continuous flow. Its power feature is the WIP limit, a hard cap on items per column. It optimizes speed through the system. Scrum for committed, cadence-based delivery. Kanban for continuous flow and pipelines. Pick deliberately, not by fashion. Now, the dependencies. Cards on a board look independent, but requirements have dependencies. If you sequence a sprint blind to logic, you get the classic mid-sprint stall. Before committing, do the 2-minute scheduler's pass. Draw the arrows. If C needs A goes early. Agile didn't repeal logic, it just moved it on to stickier notes. Now the main event, the burndown chart. It plots remaining work day by day. Ideal slope versus reality. Simple, right? But real charts play tricks. Here are the 4 patterns. Pattern 1. The healthy burn. The line steps down steadily, reaching 0 on the final day. A little lumpy wobble is fine. If you see this, leave the team alone. Pattern 2. The cliff. The line barely moves, then plunges at the very end. This usually means work was done in batches or quality was crushed in a panic. A cliff that misses is a disaster. The fix, smaller work items and a strict definition of done so progress can register daily. Don't rely on final day luck. Pattern 3. The smoothed over stall. This is the sneaky one. It looks like progress, but it's too smooth. Partial credit is being claimed. Cards mark 70% done. The test is brutal. Count items fully done. If the line says 60% complete, but only 2 items are actually finished, the chart is lying. It's a reassurance device, not an instrument. Pattern 4. Commitment not met, the honest miss. The line tracks high and ends above 0. One honest miss is information. Optimism, scope creep, or a dependency bit. The fear is the serial miss. Doing this sprint after sprint, that's a team whose commitments mean nothing. The cure. Plan the next sprint from delivery, not from hope. The burndown has one blind spot. Scope change. If the product owner adds items as fast as you finish them, the line stays flat. It looks like a stall, but the team is working hard. The burnup chart fixes this by splitting the story. 1 line for total scope, 1 for completed work. Now the 2 effects are visible separately. Scope discipline versus delivery. My rule, burndowns for sprints, but at release level, always use a burnup. It's evidence, not an excuse, and evidence is what separates scheduling from storytelling. Agile teams rarely float free. There's a master schedule above them. Here's how to connect sprints without double bookkeeping. Represent the work at the release level. A release becomes an activity with logic tying it to the program. Below that line, sprint detail stays on the boards. Then, use actual velocity to update the master forecast. Never model every sprint task as a CPM activity. It creates an obsolete schedule and punishes flexibility. Interfaces get scheduled, detail stays agile, honesty and flexibility. Lock in today's takeaways. 1. Agile scheduling is a pyramid. Vision gives meaning, releases give direction, and the sprint commitment is your baseline. 2. Read burndowns by pattern. Healthy, cliff, stall, miss. At the release level, switch to burnups so scope growth can't hide. 3. In hybrid programs, schedule the interfaces, not the tasks. Velocity feeds the forecast. Detail lives on the board. This week's challenge: pull up your last 3 burndowns, diagnose them against the 4 patterns, and tell me in the comments what you found. I'm running an informal census. Subscribe, because next week we head into the pre-flight checklist, the 12 decisions for a schedule management plan, calendars, codes, and change control. I'm Kingsley Aimufua. Kingsley Aimufua, your host, signing off. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Stick around for more impacted knowledge. Build the engine.